Are people in the medical field tired of their jobs? Let's talk about it. All right, I don't know if y'all been seeing it or not, but it's like a thing going around right now, right? You got doctors, nurses, just people in the medical field in general, right? That just don't find the job worth it anymore, right? You have people who it was a passion for, but now it's just a burden. And then for other people, it was just job security. Now it's just not worth it anymore to them, right? Let's dive into some reactions of people who maybe it was a passion turned into a burden, or other people, it was a secure job, but now it's just not worth it anymore, right? Let's talk about it.
I hate being a nurse. And that might be a strong statement. And I literally feel like I'm going to get upset. But I have been a registered nurse for 10 years. I have changed jobs several times because everybody's like, the great thing about being a nurse is if you don't like one area, you can go to another. And I've done ER, I've done NICU, I've done private duty, I've done IV hydration. I've tried all these different things. And I hate it. I hate being a nurse. There are so many nurse content creators on here that love it. And like, I'm so happy that they have found a career that they have loved. But after a decade of being a nurse, I hate it and I want a new career. So if you love your job and you make a good living, please comment what you do for a living because I can't be a nurse anymore. I hate it. I am so upset. I just hate being a nurse and I wish I had never gone into this career because it has broken me down so many times. And like, even when I try to get a low stress nursing job, it's not low stress. I'm still dealing with a lot of the same stuff that I used to have to deal with when I was working in the hospital. And I just can't do it anymore. I cannot do it anymore. And if you're looking to go to nursing school, don't do it. Do not do it. If you want to work in the medical field and you want to help people, go into radiology, become a radiology tech, become a surgical tech. Do not become a nurse. Do not. 10 out of 10 don't recommend.
Oh, man, I mean, this is a tough one because on one hand, this goes into the passion portion we talked about a little bit. You know, she's tried different sectors of being a nurse, right? She talked about it. She tried many different roles, did many different things, trials and error with everything, right? She even has a lot of experience. She said she did it for over a decade, right? So all that experience and all that trial and tribulation, right? You would have thought she found something that was worth it to her, right? But it's the contrary. She's even trying to detour people thinking about going into the field in the future. For me, say I wanted to go do that field, right? Or wanted to be in that field. That would almost raise a red flag for me because what is it about the field or I guess maybe her specific location that is so bad? And I mean, it could be one of those things. It could be that specific location and area she was in, right? It could be the people that she was around and a bunch of things like that, right? I feel like if you are someone like her and you don't like the field, I feel like you could maybe portray it. This is just my suggestion. Portray it in a more, I would say, non bias light because I feel like there are some people who do love the nursing field and just love the medical field in general, right? Who do love their job. And that's what she said. If you love your job and you make a good living, hey, kudos to you, right? But I feel like her kind of putting all that stress and the tourist mindset on people, it's like it kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth, right? Because you don't want nobody in your field talking bad about it, or at least the field that you're trying to go into, right? You want to hear positive things. You want to hear people having good experiences, right? And like I said, it could be the location she was at or just the area she was in, right? Hopefully for anybody, you know, watching these videos and looking into that field, don't get all the way detoured. There are happy stories out there. And for her, hopefully she finds something better for her, you know, find some light at the end of the tunnel because I believe, you know, the medical field and nursing field in general, it is tough. I will say that, right? There's a lot of things you have to deal with, maybe some wonky hours sometimes, things like that, right? You know, my mom, she was a CNA and still is a CNA, right? So I understand it a little bit, right? Don't get detoured, you know, find value in it. And, you know, if that's your passion or something that you want to be passionate about and you want to lean into, don't be afraid to lean into it, right? So I was on her page, right? And I did see a follow-up video about her actually quitting being a nurse, right? So I'm gonna watch that real quick, and give my reaction to that and see the other side of this, right?
So, to everyone who saw my I Hate Nursing video, and if you didn't, hi, I'm Margaret and I hate being a nurse. I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that I have officially put in my resignation and quit my job. I honestly couldn't be more happy. I am going to be transitioning into clinical research, and honestly, if this does not work out, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty cool opportunity, but if this doesn't work out, I'm done with nursing. This is my last chance, and honestly, a lot of your comments are kind of what got me here and gave me the confidence and like push to really changed my life. So I just want to thank everybody who came on here and supported me and validated my feelings, and I just want to send you guys all my love, and I'll keep you guys posted.
Right. So it's kind of like what I said before. There's other people who are passionate about the job, who find joy in it, find great things to say about it. And obviously, it sounded like those people left comments on that video, inspired her to kind of stick around in the field and try to find more joy. That she said this was her last rodeo, even before when she was detouring people, saying how she hated it. She was ready to be done with it and everything like that. Right. But now it's like, okay, she's taking a leap of faith again and taking another step into the realm. And I mean, that's what you want to see, right? You want to see people with experience, people who've been in the field for a while, continue to stick around, because those are the ones who are ultimately going to lead the younger generation coming up, right? They're going to be the ones to give them the knowledge, pass on the torches, whatever you want to say, and just give the overall job field what it needs, right? It needs that foundational work. It needs that substance to it. It needs those veterans to teach the young people, and then those young people teach the ones coming after them, etc., and keep the cycle going, because ultimately these are the people who take care of you, your kids, and your just overall livelihood, right? So I'm happy to see that from her. So
The main reason why I just hated being a nurse for so long wasn't because of my patients or all the horrific, traumatic things that I've witnessed in the hospital. No, it's my coworkers. That's honestly the worst part about this entire career, and no one talks about how toxic nursing is, because I thought when I graduated high school and middle school that I would stop being bullied. I would stop dealing with gossip, cliques, backstabbing, all this stuff. No, you deal with all that stuff right back as a nurse in the hospital as you are dealing with other people's lives. And I'm not joking, there will be so many times where I will just hide out in my patient's room and I'll be like, do you want to watch Madagascar or Shrek 1, 2, and 3 on repeat? Because I would rather be here than out there with my coworkers. And now I have a job where my coworkers are all awesome. I love every single one of them. And right now, I'm actually not miserable. When I go to work, I'm not crying. I'm not anxious. I actually enjoy my coworkers, my boss. I don't understand how I found this job, but it's amazing. But it took me so long to realize I don't hate being a nurse. I just hate being in a toxic environment. And I hope you guys can find something as good as this.
all right, another prime example, right? So for him, it's kind of the opposite from what we've seen in the last video with the young lady, right? For him, it was more so he still loves the job and he has a passion for it, but it's just the people working the job or at his specific location that he was, which made him relocate. And by the little thing he had around his neck, it like had some kid stuff on a little sign and everything. So I'm assuming he's working with some kids, or maybe in an infirmary, or doing something, right? Doing something in that realm. Maybe he's even, I don't know, in the dentistry or something. Who knows? I doubt it, because it looked like he had one of the heart monitor and breathing things. So you don't really do that at the dentist, right? But so, anyways, I like seeing that, because for me, that gets me excited inside for him, because not only did you follow your passion, right, but you continue to pursue it. And even through the trials and tribulations, you didn't really let it get to you, because, okay, the environment wasn't what you wanted at that specific location, but you switch jobs now and you switch, your field a little bit. And you love it now. You back to liking kind of what you did, and you found, okay, it's not the passion for the job that I don't like. It's just the environment and the people around where I was. For me, that gets me excited, because that shows that there are people who still do love the job. There are people who still want to do the job, right? They just want to do the job and also have a little bit of sanity while still doing it. I get them, I understand, right? And I'm happy. That's a good sign. So, anyways, let's get back into it, man.
You should never go into nursing, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. I've been a nurse for 16 years. No, wait, 17 years. And I've never, ever struggled to find a job. Always had a job, no matter what. I've moved 10 times over the course of the 17 years that I've worked, and I've always had a job before I've even gotten to the state that I'm living in. I mean, who would want that? Who would want so much job security that you have a job before you even move to the state that you're going to live in? I work 2 to 3 days a week. I actually hate that. I hate not having a consistent schedule, that I don't get to work every single day like all of the 9 to 5 people. I hate being off in the middle of the week and being able to go grocery shopping when everybody else is at work. I recently had 9 days off consecutively, and I took a trip to New York with my daughter, and I didn't have to take any PTO. I mean, who would want that? Who would want to be able to take a whole vacation without having to take any PTO? I get to work with some of the smartest, best team members out there. I mean, who would want to work with a team that actually helps each other and works together? I have to meet people sometimes on their worst days, and I absolutely hate being a support system to them and talking them through some of the hardest situations. I mean, it can be really challenging sometimes, but who would want that kind of a rewarding experience? I have the ability to pick up overtime if I need more money. Who would want to pick up overtime if you want more money, or you want to plan for a vacation, or you want to plan for Christmas? The fact that I can pick up overtime anytime I want, who would want that? I mean, honestly, nursing is just not a good choice of a career. So just don't do it. I mean, why would anybody want this?
All right, that's a little bit funny because y'all could probably see my reaction. It took me a little while to understand the sarcasm of what she was saying, and then I realized that she kept going on okay, she's being funny. She's basically listing off all the reasons why you basically should go into nursing. And I mean, that goes into kind of what I said at the very beginning of this video, right? There's job security, she mentioned, there's passion in it, right? You get to be a support system, you get to have flexibility, certain luxuries, just many different things that come with the job, right? You get to take off in the middle of the week. She got to go do stuff with her kids, right? She was doing this thing for, what she say, 17 years. So if you're looking to get into the job field, the nursing field, be a doctor, whatever it is, right? Just realize there can be passion in it, right? Maybe that's switching locations. Maybe that's going, to a different sector, right? Maybe that's switching jobs, just finding out what you're really passionate about, right? Because maybe it was okay, when you first went into college and you first graduated, X, Y, and Z, you got into the field for real, started working, you were okay, this is what I like. Now, fast forward a little bit, you're that's not really what I'm feeling so much. Just try something else. I feel like in that field, there's endless things you can do, endless things you can try. Just find one of them, right? Life is one of the biggest lessons out there. It'll teach you what you don't like, what you do like, and just your overall, I would say, it develops someone who, okay, these are all the characteristics, the traits, the things that I envisioned, but it didn't happen the way that I envisioned it happening. I would say that's a better way of saying it. There's things about life that could teach you just how to struggle if you never struggled. It'll teach you how to grow if you never grow. It will teach you how to handle financials if you never handle financials, right? It'll just teach you so many things if you've never done it, how to do it, right? And if there's things that you've done, it'll either tell you what you were doing wrong, or what you were doing right. So for everyone, your passion is out there, your lifestyle is out there, your job is out there, right? All you got to do is go find it, take action, take the necessary steps to find it is that you want to embark on, and have your life surrounded by. All right.
I'm going to be completely honest. Some days I really hate working in healthcare. Today was so frustrating. I had no MA. I had some NP students who helped me a lot. I just relied so heavily on my MAs. I needed blood today. I needed EKGs. I need ears cleaned out. I needed flu shot. I needed vaccines given. I needed COVID tests run, flu tests run. When I don't have one, my life literally crumbles. I charted all throughout my lunch and admin time. I saw 3 new patients in a row this afternoon. It is literally 6 o'clock and I just wrapped up work. I didn't make it to the gym. I have done nothing for me today. I've only done things for other people, and that is so mentally tasking.
All right. Another prime example, right? She mentioned the ups and downs. She said sometimes she really hates working in the medical field. There shows the ups and downs, right, of working in the medical field. She mentioned that some days just aren't the best, right? She mentioned she couldn't go to the gym. She had no time for herself, right? She hasn't done anything for herself that day. But I feel like sometimes that is subjective, right? Because I feel like for people who find passion in the job, sometimes they may see helping others and doing their daily duties as a nurse or whatever it is, that was doing something for themselves. That made them feel good about themselves. That made them feel as if they did something positive that day. But again, that's keeping that fire inside, keeping that everyday passion for it, waking up with the passion for it, waking up eager to go to your job. And I mean, once you have a lot of bad days in a row, like she said, it could get tiring sometimes. It could be hard to embark on that, just natural positive energy for the job and walk in with that positive energy every day. I get it, I get what she's saying. She has her everyday struggles with it and everything like that. But again, don't let that detour you. Find passion in what you're passionate about, even if that's, again, sometimes following the narrative, what I've been saying all video, switching jobs, doing something different, just find it is what you're passionate about. All right. And I appreciate you if you stuck with me this long. Thank you for watching. And if this is a field that you're interested in getting in, man, stay positive about it. Find something that you're motivated by, keep that passion alive, keep that fire alive, because we need you. You eventually may be taking care of me, you may be taking care of my kids, you may be doing something one day, right? I'm a person with positive energy, so hopefully you can come in and give me that same positive energy. All right. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't. Don't forget to subscribe as well. It's only going to help this channel grow. I mention all the time, if you watch my previous videos, I just want this channel to grow. I want it to be a community. I want people to come watch me because they want to. They like what I'm talking about. Maybe they like some of the advice I give, some of the things that I talk about. Maybe they can relate to it. And, if there's anything that you want me to talk about or you relate to, just comment it in the comments, and I may even reply to the comments sometimes. All right. So thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm out.